And then one very little known part of Hungarian culture, but which I feel is somewhat close to Japanese culture, is the bath culture. Hungary, only the left part of Hungary was a part of the Roman Empire. And the Romans were very famous for their bath cultures. So they built the first bath in Hungary. And then afterwards, they weren't used for a long time. Hungarian kings, they didn't like bathing. But then when the Turks came to Hungary in the 16th century, they started to use these baths again. So the bath culture sort of became a part of everyday life again. And Hungary, so the Carpathian Basin, it's said that the outer layer of the earth is very thin. So that's why you have lots of geothermal energy, and the magma is relatively close to the ground. So you don't have to dig too deep to find hot water. It's usually 1,000 meters or so, and you find hot water coming up. Traditions. So as I mentioned, we have a long history of horse riding. So you can still see these guys in this dress if you go to the countryside, and they do all sorts of attractions on the horse. So they have horse shows that you can see. Unfortunately, you have to go further from Budapest because they don't have enough space, of course, in the big city to do such things. But also, so this archery on the left side, it looks very Mongolian maybe, but this is also a Hungarian tradition, traditional sport, which is still practiced by some people. And then in like sort of celebrations, you can still see these policemen on horses. But this is just for specific events, so they don't go around like this usually on specific events, once or twice a year. And there you can see the traditional Hungarian folk clothes. This is very beautiful. The embroidery is very famous in Hungary, but it's little known that there are slight differences from regions. So this one is from the southern part of the country, but for example, the patterns, these ones are from the current Romania, so Transylvania, for example. Very big differences, right? But the most gorgeous, the most colorful ones, this one on the left side, they are from Szeged, which is again in the southern part of the country. So southern people, they love this very colorful embroidery. And it's all handmade, so it's very, very expensive to buy these dresses in Hungary. Unfortunately, but they're so beautiful. And you can see men's dresses are much more simple. But there's really wide jeans of pants are a part of the uniform. Yes, and a little bit about manners in Hungary. So we like kissing. When you meet someone, they usually kiss you on the cheek 2 or 3 times. Hungarians are very friendly people. We like hugging and kissing. So when you, for example, introduced to someone in Hungary, they might try to kiss you on the cheek. And I think for my Japanese friends, it was first a bit like, whoa, okay, too close. But we just like being friendly. And for the older generation, it might happen that some gentlemen try to kiss ladies on the hands. It's not very common anymore, but sometimes. And I know a Japanese friend of mine got a hand kiss and she was very confused. Didn't know how to respond. So don't be surprised if any such thing happens. But Hungarians in general are very friendly to foreigners, so they're very hospitable, and therefore tourism is very big in Hungary because of the nature, because of the hot springs and the good food. We have lots of tourists coming every year to Hungary.